2, 1. Dude,
Hey,
thanks
man.
for sitting with me one more time.
Yeah, of
again.
course, of course.
I just looked. It's been 9 months since we did the last video,
Yes.
and in that short 9 months, what is the state of Divine Shine?
The current state is under construction. We still need to put the vacuums up, but the place is looking much different than what it was when I first acquired it.
It shows. Definitely show the work that's been done. You've extended the concrete here.
Yes.
You've also have your own private climate detail area.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the shop area, more the paint work.
Yeah.
And all that.
Since 9 months ago, man, or really just in general, from when you started this to where we are now, like I did it.
We as a whole.
Yeah, as a community, and then obviously, with what you've had happen, is Divine Shine now what you thought it was going to be?
It's definitely getting there. It's taken me much longer than I ever thought it was going to take. But, I'm just so impatient. But I feel like I'm learning how to be patient through this process. And we're getting very close. Very close.
How much have you learned about hosting these kind of things and then also running the business? I mean, the growth that comes with that. What's something that a lot of people really don't understand when it comes to putting, one, obviously running the car wash, but then the events in partnership with that?
Well, the event side of things, that was kind of trial and error. But for sure, now that we've started the nonprofit, through George and Raquel, we have our split duties, and as long as we're all just doing our part, everything's gonna happen.
Let's go back and touch up a little bit on that, because you mentioned something about the nonprofit, which is kind of the reason why I wanted to pick your brain and have this. And so, leading up to what's happening now, it used to be just something that it was a collective group of people coming together, setting this up, and would you say that it was more of a kind of like a party get together type of deal, or how would you describe what it was?
It was an accidental party for sure. That's how the first two were, and then the rest of them, we just so many new faces just come in, and it ends up becoming what it is now, which is too many people.
Too many people. You've obviously made some noise with what's going on in the community with these events, right? And so, thanks a lot. And so you've obviously made some noise with what's happening, not just on social media, but within the community as well. Can you explain a little bit to me as to why this moved now into a nonprofit?
The nonprofit is, it came about really through studying pretty much the game of what is hosting an event. You know what I mean? My intention was never to make money from it, but it's definitely something that I would love to have the support of others to come and help us host this, because in the past it's always came out of pocket. So just kind of went down the wormhole and studied a little bit about what nonprofits are, and spoke to it with Raquel and George, and it just kind of all made sense. So we had to learn, we are still learning the proper way of setting that up.
I wanted to kind of pick your brain a little bit about that. And so, because I have heard about this event through other people that are in the real estate industry.
Right.
And so because my broker that I work with lives here, is involved here, she also has hey, are you going to the events? She came out and rode her bike here. So nice. I know that you're making a lot of noise in the right areas when it comes to getting the attention of people that are involved within the community. Mm-hmm. Has there been some other people that have kind of reached out to you and said, hey man, we want to get involved with what's going on? Or what's the story on some of that stuff there?
Well, I mean, people in the community always want to be more involved. Which is always great, but that's more like vendors and for example, neighbors. Having neighbors even reach out and say, how can I be a volunteer? It's pretty heartwarming, because they also want to assure that we have a great event. However, it's not so much people reaching out to us, but it's more so us reaching out to them and telling them about how this could be potentially beneficial to them, or no, mutually beneficial to both of us, both parties, them and us. And then, for example, right now we're going through sponsors and bringing in a couple of names like, the Morales Funeral Home that has been here for so long. That helps us feel supported in a very great way. And there's several sponsors too, but yeah.
No, no, that's good. That's kind of what I wanted to pick your brain about, because I like I said, I've seen some people that are in the real estate game, kind of start seeing what's going on, and obviously that's what I do. And so if I can kind of bridge the two together, I'm in it, because I love being a part of this. Something like you said about the neighbors, I also ran into an individual here that I knew growing up as a child that we just separated, right? He was a lot older than me, and something that he said to me was that he just kind of was just in awe because of the fact that he's like, we used to do this when we were kids. The only problem is what it used to be. There was a little bit of a roughing up of some of the neighborhoods, kind of coming together. One side wouldn't get along with the other, and he was just kind of in disbelief. And it was a little heartwarming feeling for him, from talking to him, seeing what we've been able to do as a community now, where we aren't dealing with those things. You don't really have to kind of watch your back. There's not a lot of people. I mean, to get this many group of people together and there never be some sort of altercation or anything like that, that's love, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of love that this place brings in.
Yeah. Well, just to kind of touch on that, the entire idea of a block party, I never really got to experience one of those. But for example, there's a guy named Chris who's the one that was kind of made me realize that, well, this was back whenever this all first started, but Chris was kind of the one that was just like, oh, you're hosting a block party? And I go, yeah, we're hosting a block party is what that is. But he goes, no, seriously, back in the day, we would always have block parties, and they would always be on this corner, and pretty much the residents of the neighborhood would come out and hang out here. Whether that was once a month, or I forgot how often it was. But, we ended up realizing what we were hosting, which is these block parties, and it just kind of became, what would you call it, like mutual ground, I guess you could say.
Safe space.
Sure, right?
Safe space,
and that's what feels good, though. I've had neighbors who have lived next to each other for at least 10 years, and then they just so happen to finally meet at this event. But it's became like a safe space, but also like networking overall. Whether that's just you getting to know your neighbor, or the business owner that from down the street that just so happened to come over this way. So
there's a restaurant in Houston. I forgot what it is. It's down from Minute Maid. I've only been there once. I don't really go on that side of town. But I think we were talking about some. We're talking about something about getting the cars involved with some different organizations within the city as well.
Yeah.
I think he mentioned something along the lines too, where he either may have driven by or may have seen something with it. And so that's what I was telling you. It's like, man, like there's a lot of people that see what's going on with this. There's a lot of people. I mean, I've brought some people down from the Kemah League City area down with me, and same thing, same response, man. Just in like, what the hell is this? Is like just a great time. And so seeing the kids, like you said last time, I think was it the very first video that we did where you were telling me about seeing the kids in pajamas come out, and be a part of that. With the next one that's happening when?
November 10th.
November 10th. Is that going to be something where you're going to redo the walls?
Yes, yeah. So we're redoing the walls, but also on this side is the fence. Our fence got knocked down through the hurricane, but now we have this new sheet metal one, and we plan on having 8 kids.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like the same thing that you did.
I don't know if they're going to be doing one collaborative piece or if they're going to do a couple of them. Specifics are coming though.
Man, you had somebody vandalize one of the pieces.
Right.
And then also, it's not gated, right? It's open to the public, which I feel like is a good thing. And so it's a shame that sometimes people really don't appreciate or don't understand or really just don't care the amount of work that it goes into creating these things.
Yeah.
Aside from them vandalizing it, is there anything else that you've dealt with? Because I know you've had people come in, take pictures, and do this stuff like that too. From a business side of thing, the booths,
Yeah.
Is this something that's like rented out that you can do?
Yeah,
Rent the
yeah.
car wash out?
So you can definitely rent out the car wash, or you can rent it out by the piece or space.
Somebody stole your Christmas ornament,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but some things they're kind of inevitable, you know.
Yeah.
Like you said, the place isn't gated, so I just kind of trust that some of this stuff will be here when I come back. Luckily, all the damn cones are still here, which we put up for this video. But luckily, the cones are still here, and the zombies around here haven't picked them up. You know?
The zombies.
But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say the takeovers,
Yeah.
for example. Now we have a sign up for people that want to rent out the space, but people will show up and kind of take over the space, and it doesn't take very long for me to get here.
Yeah.
But
We're watching the place. We
Yeah.
got eyes, like we got hawk eyes on the place. Man, you started doing something too, incorporating. I think a few of us met here and ran a couple times.
yes,
And so I came to one recently that was this weekend, and so you've started to connect with other groups in the community to do a little bit of
yeah. Well, as you know, specifically, we wanted to start a whole run club here back in the day, but you know, my focus can only be in so many places at once.
Yeah, you're only one man trying to do a lot.
For sure, man, for sure. But luckily, we have Sean and Heather from Move Your Body, and Eva from Querete Bebe, or Querete Bebe.
Yeah. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. I don't
yeah.
know how to pronounce it.
But I reached out to Sean and Heather about wanting to do something here, just so we can see that kind of movement in our neighborhood. We never get to really see that. You know, you'll see people on bikes, but like as far as a group run, I've never seen it.
I don't. Especially, you think is it a cultural thing? I don't think like the older generation was really like, let's go for a run, you know.
Nah,
and I think it's something that I think whether it's like the meme trend where like the run clubs, the new like day
Right.
dabs,
Right.
or if it's really something. I enjoy running.
Yeah.
I mean, I watch you on Strava. I see you running. I see Ernie running. I got a couple friends that I see running on there.
Yeah.
It's cool to see that also.
Yeah.
As someone that's kind of stepped away a little bit from the nightlife, just to kind of realign my purpose
Yeah.
and work towards certain goals, I love that you are incorporating that, and we're using this as a central hub for something that I believe is super beneficial
Yeah.
to all of us. Being active, staying active, especially as we get older, man.
Yeah. Well, yes. No, and I personally enjoyed having that because, as you know, I love running, and yeah, I mean, these people were here at 8 on a Saturday, so that surprised me already. You know,
Some
usually,
of us were a little bit late, but we're not going to point no fingers. They know who they were. They had a long night.
but everyone that was here on time, you know, you don't see a whole lot of people waking up at, well, they probably woke up at 7:30 to make it on time, which I did not. But I'm glad to see that, and like you said, bringing in new things was incredible because 80% of those people I didn't know. So it was also my chance of saying, hey, you know, welcome and come to this block party. Come witness what it is why you see these murals here in the first place. And I love that.
Is that something that you're going to continue to try to do, is to get more involvement with the community outside of what the block party is?
Yeah, man. You know, I have a couple of homies that, you know, they'll make this joke about how I'm doing everything but detailing these days, and and they're right on the money. Yeah, I would love it if I could just kind of focus on, you know, bringing in new crowds, because as I tell people, if you're not coming in for a car wash, I mean, you don't have to come in here for a car wash.
Yes, you do. Support the cause.
Yes, that too. But it doesn't have to be a detail, and it doesn't have to be to even use a self-wash. At least come out to the events. Come hang out, you know. Come get to know us a little bit.
Are you going to do the block parties? They're not block parties anymore, right? We've rebranded these?
No, they're still block parties. We just changed the name of it. So it was once the East End Block Party. Now it's the Segundo Barrio Block Party.
Okay. So how did the Divine Art Coalition come into the picture?
Yeah.
How did that form? Is that the nonprofit that helps establish the
Yes,
okay.
yes. So the nonprofit was created to help us find funding.
Okay.
But through that as well, you know, we learned about like making a grant proposal, and it's a whole world, man.
Yeah, it's a whole different business.
For sure.
And I'm
sure.
super intrigued at that, because I think that's another level. That's another level of growth that you're venturing into, and I love that, because this is the information that you're going to be able to pass down to somebody else.
Yes.
As far
Yes.
as like you've achieved me watching you grow as a business owner. I think we had in the last conversation we had, you were telling me about how you bought the place and you didn't realize you were going to replace the whole everything. And so
Yeah.
it was just like surprise, you
Yeah.
know. And so seeing you go through that, overcome that, you know, obstacle, and then continue just to push through everything that you've been like what you've been able to do with this
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Clean it up, like
Yeah.
it's definitely, you can tell that someone's putting in, you know, a lot of time and effort in this place, and
Thank
so
you.
it's really awesome to see that. And now I love that you're venturing into that side of it,
Right.
because that is something I feel like the more we as a community start to grow and get into certain fields,
Yeah.
for me, I love that we can bring that back
Yeah.
and say, you know, link up together and help each other out where we can, you know, it's like the run clubs where they collab with each other. You get their audiences,
Right.
you know, kind of like, hey, getting them to come over here, check out the place, and see
Yeah.
what it's like. I love that you're doing that, man. It's funny
Yeah, I mean, I'm just letting it be.
It's raw. It's real. I
Yeah.
mean, this is what it is. And
For
this,
sure,
this
for
is
sure.
this
I was
is
surprised it took this long, but I mean,
yeah.
I'm cool
Nobody
with
was
it.
doing peel outs or burn out or
Right.
honking or whatever. You can still see the audio being where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So
No, that's awesome.
this is the raw reality of what it is. This is a place where when you get done from work, like the gentleman that probably got off real quick, wanted to just to wash his car. You know, the weather's
And you
nice.
can too.
Yeah, for $29.99. Where do you hope to take Divine Shine now with the sponsorship that you've set up, or you know, nonprofit? What is the goal and the vision you have with this?
Yeah. Well, as far as Divine Shine itself, I'm getting to that ideal vision that I had.
Yeah, we had to take a short break. Yeah, so with Divine Shine and the Art Coalition and what's happening, kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit as to what's the next step for that, and then, you know, kind of like a vision, because I imagine as you continue to do this, you got an idea and then it kind of shifts a little
Yeah.
bit, right? And so
Yeah.
that's kind of what did you think the coalition nonprofit was going to be something that was going to be?
No, man, no. So I'll take it from there. I never thought about opening a nonprofit, nor did I know what I would use it for, honestly. But my goal with it now is to pretty much maximize the amount of income that I can put into one of these artists' pockets. This is already a cool event and a fun event, and a lot of the participants, they're friends or just people that have seen what we can do here. So I feel like a majority reason of why they come and take on this event in the first place is just because they know it's a fun event and that there will be a crowd. However, if I can increase the amount of money I can put in their pocket and kind of make it one of those things where people from out of town are coming in, or people from another country are coming in, because they know not only are we going to pay them good, but they're going to have a great time. You know what I mean? Just
I see where you're at.
That's what I'm trying to maximize, and kind of make it almost like it's not a competition. It's not a competition, and there is no judging or anything like that. You know, this is just I want them to look at it for everything that it is. You know, you get 6 months of your work being displayed here at a place that's known for having a rotating mural gallery. You know, and
Not only that, music videos.
yeah, music videos.
There's a lot of stuff that
photo
goes on here.
shoots,
Yeah.
all that, and it's just kind of. It's my part. I feel like I owe them that much. You
Yeah.
know, like just being able to put as much money as I can.
Have you had anybody outside of the Houston area right now come and put a mural on the wall?
Not yet,
Or
but-
has it been all pretty local artists?
No, actually, Laced and Found came out last time.
Where's he from?
He's from Austin.
Okay.
Yeah. So Laced is this one right here on that second wall. But Laced will be back in this time for the November 10th one. We have a guy named Austin from San Marcos, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do.
You're doing a little bit more now too, where I believe, I don't know if I can disclose this or not, but we're not going to have any through traffic.
Right. Yeah. So that's part of this next one is.
Should I?
No, you're good. You're good. We want to close down Eastwood Street and just kind of help traffic make it easier for everybody.
It can
Yeah.
get pretty congested, man.
Yeah. And you know, that's two sides that we have to worry about less about crossing. You
Yeah.
know, so like this could be a whole party, that could be a whole party, and
Yeah.
then maybe just have like a crossing guard.
I will say this: y'all got to pick up after yourselves, because I leave this event just about time when it's is ending. We need to do a better job picking up our kids.
Yeah. Please.
Please. If you're gonna do that, right? I've seen some other areas around the Houston area with a lot more space to paint, and so what I'm gonna pick your brain on is. When are we getting a bigger car wash?
Coming soon. Yeah.
Is Divine Shine? Is this something where you're okay with turning this into your vision, or is the brand or the business of Divine Shine something that you would want to see outgrow this, or is this just going to be the baby you're going to nourish?
I think it's the baby.
It's the baby.
Yeah. I don't really care for expanding
Yeah.
or getting another one or trying to copy and paste this somewhere else. I'm sure someone will eventually, in another city for all we know, and which is fine. But something that I like to think about is that there's like magic on this block. Because events like this have been tried to be copy and pasted somewhere else, and they go well. But something about this block, like you said, you see the people just fucking be in unison, in a safe space. You can't really replicate that. So even I would be a fool to think that I can just grab this and put it somewhere else.
You can't. It's because you just feel it. It's something that you just like. You get here, and it just kind of just feels like home.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just kind of just feels like home. It's kind of when you go home, kick your shoes off, you relax, you unwind. That's kind of what it feels like coming in here. And then you start seeing all the familiar faces and things like that.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. But yeah, I would leave it as that. And I mean, there's other businesses I'd like to go into, but for now, this is the focus for now.
Since you're not detailing cars anymore, right? what's something outside of obviously managing this business and everything that comes with this? What does Diego like to do for fun? Oh, we're about to get rolled up on. So the question before we got rolled up on.
Yeah.
Outside of running the business, since you're not detailing cars anymore, right? As your friends would say.
Right. Right.
And running this business and everything that comes with it, and everything with the nonprofit and all that. Outside of this, what is it that you enjoy doing besides running?
Oof.
Ooh, that's it. Yeah, what's something that you like? Something, for me, I like to watch podcasts, like to read a couple books here and there, like to ride my bike. So there's got to be some you enjoy. Maybe you haven't been able to get back into because of all the pressure, and then how busy you are with the business and the growth of this stuff.
I feel like running is kind of all I need.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty cool with it. There's other things I'd like to get into or back into. I'll give you some of those. So I really want to pick up Muay Thai.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Did a little mixed martial arts growing up as a teen, but I haven't really had anything physical like that on that level for a while. Get some of this anger out,
Yeah.
But pick a guitar back up. I was just saying that yesterday. But pick a guitar back up. I don't know, just fucking sit. That'd be great.
Just relax for a little bit, just be at peace, get bored.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Feel get bored.
Yeah.
Recently I started doing something a little bit different, and it seems like every time I get into something, and this is just my own personal stuff now, I get a little bit of resistance from people. And I see what you've been able to build, and so I'm just kind of curious to see if you've also done that. Like from the moment that you've decided to purchase a car wash, was there resistance then from just maybe naysayers or anything negative like that, right? And then as you continue to grow and level up, do you still get that? If you get that, like, do you deal with that at all or no?
There was a lot more of it at first.
At first?
Yeah. You reach out to people, they don't really hit you back up.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And now you're a little undeniable. Huh?
Now they kind of call me. Now they call me. And we don't have to speak on that. But I mean, cool. I think it happened for a reason, and it just kind of forced me to learn everything that I needed to learn, or do, or fail and learn from that. But it put me in a place where I just kind of had to do it by myself, and which is good. I would have taken that route again if I had.
You would do it again?
Yeah. I've learned a lot of things I never thought I had to learn, but I can only see how it could be beneficial. I mean, because same way the nonprofit happened. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know anything of it, learned that much of it, and now I'm obsessed with it. So I need to nurture that.
I like where you're going with that, man. I like being able to. One of the things that I thoroughly enjoy too is being able to obviously make a living through what I do, and then any little bit extra that I have that I can. I've leaned more into giving back more and not with the intentions of giving just so I can sit and wait for it, you know, but like actually genuinely giving just to give.
Right.
And so what comes of it, whether it does or not, I didn't give for any other purpose than to just give. If it's something that I support, something that I like, something that I enjoy, dude, I love that. And so hearing that you're doing that and seeing you put that together in order to be able to give these artists a platform, you know, the community a platform to do what is happening around here, it's a beautiful thing, man. And that's why I continue to come and support this stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Turn the camera off later. We'll jump in the van. We'll go for a ride.
We can make a film.
Yeah. Is there anything leading up to this event that you got coming in now that you would like to put out there, or is there anything that you would like to give the community, maybe like a thank you or stay tuned, or I've got some up the sleeves for it?
Not really. Just thank you for the support, and I hope to see you November 10th from 1 to 7 p.m. This is all happening thanks to our sponsors. He hasn't said anything just yet, but Fernando here is a big contributor to that. So thank you so much for that.
Always, dude. Yeah. I told you I love what you're doing. I know what it feels like to start something, to have a vision for something, and when someone supports that, you know, it's a beautiful thing to have somebody in your corner and just be like, hey, man, you know, here's a hand. Let me show you. Let me guide you. And being someone that's kind of doing this, you know, with a little bit of support of those directly around me, it's tough to do anything that goes against the current. And that's why I was asking you about any resistance you felt. So seeing what you've been able to do and how it impacts everybody, time and time again, dude, if I can, I will definitely help you out, man. Definitely help you out.
Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate
you. Thank you, man. Thank
Fernando's been to every single one of our events.
I think I might have missed, no.
Yeah, at least the block
I don't even have a car anymore. I still
yes.
Like I said, man, this is something that I thoroughly love, thoroughly enjoy. We used to ride to the ice cream shop across Memos, Tropical or whatever. I think I can remember. Yeah, Tropical. We used to go there. We used to go to the record store as a kid, and just to be able to come back and see what's happening here. I was really entertaining the idea of selling my house recently just to move back, because I want to be around, you know, the art scene that's happening here, the real estate scene that's happening, the culture that's happening, and I want to be able to preserve a little bit of this. You know, I don't want to lose this feeling of what it is, and so I want to be able to just contribute back to that, to individuals like you, businesses like you, other people that are doing something good, even if it's something as simple as just doing this, getting the word out, you guys to come check this out, you know, bringing my friends, my family out here to just feel what it feels like this, man.
Yeah. I feel you right there, man. Well, my pitch is come to the event, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you get here and you feel that, you feel the energy, you know, it's all love. It's all love, and it's just a clash of cultures in one. It's crazy.
Thanks for sitting with me,
Yeah,
dude.
of course, man. Thank you
Appreciate
so much.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a wrap.